So excited to have you here. And all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Zoom. I am your host, Joshua T. Berglan, and today we have an amazing human being that I had the pleasure of meeting for the first time yesterday. And as I was hearing a little bit about her story and all that she's done, not only in the world, but around the world, I'm just mesmerized by our guest today, Irina. How you doing today?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to talk to you. You're such an amazing host with great energy, incredible questions always, So thank you so much for having me here.
Well, before we get into all the questions, and I'm really excited to talk to you about the film Vino Royale, but I want to know, what are you grateful for today and why?
I'm grateful for being here in Los Angeles. This is such a dream place to be, full of opportunities, full of amazing people. And this, what I feel right now, it's an amazing sunny weather. And I'm about to, go after our interview and setting up things for my preview event for my community that I'm organizing. It's a women community called Anima, and I'm very grateful to have my family and my friends supporting me in this cause, and it's going to be amazing.
And I shared with you when we met that when I lived in LA, I got to meet a lot of people from Russia, because the Russian community is huge in Los Angeles. And some of the most amazing, just badass people that I've ever met in my life came from Russia, just happened to meet in LA. Some I'm still friends with and talk to every once in a while. I love that community it's very tight knit. Now, your event that you have coming up, though, is not just Russians. You have people from all over the world. Where you have a genuine love for people all over the world. And in my experience, I know Russians, for the most part, will stick together, but you have a truly heart for people all over the world. What inspired that in you?
I would rather call myself a person with a diverse background, because I was born in Russia. I was educated in London. Then I moved to the United States. And as a touring singer, I was visited so many countries with my performances. So that's why, of course, I'm not sticking to I would not say just Russian audience, Russian speaking audience, because the mission that I'm kind of like going for in my community is way bigger than just one nation, just one language. I wanted this to be universal as music language, So that's why.
That is so beautiful. That is such a cool answer. So let's get into the movie. Who would you pick to play your role in the wild adventure of Lori and Stetson in Vino Real, and why?
That's a good question, actually. I think I would rather play a role, the head of this, Italian family. I love this power, if we consider this to be a woman, why not? Like a woman that is a head of a family, a very well-known family of this Italian mafia and all that stuff that needs to make very tough decisions between these cross-cultural things and problems, solving conflicts. So I think I would see myself somewhere near this kind of role.
I like it. Which scene from Vino Royale left you at the edge of your seat, and why?
Let me think. I think that there were so many captivating moments, just because that the movie is so much different from the other movies. I really love the fact that it's kind of giving a space to think about some things, and all those scenes with music, with amazing score. I really love it. It brings you into the atmosphere and vibe, and it gives you the space to think about, to reflect on your own feelings and thoughts, and maybe jump on the journey back in the days on your life, so you can, relate to many situations. And I really love this style of movies. And about the scene, I actually love the final scene, when it's, when the conflicts was resolving, and we see, the whole family gathering at the dinner, and it was such a, tense atmosphere there. So yeah, this, I think, was the most vibrant one for me.
I like that answer a lot, actually. In my own life, even though I have a lot of regrettable decisions, I wouldn't change anything about my past because of how I get to use it now. But it's always fun to look at certain situations and go, maybe if I could redo that, I wouldn't do that. So if you could change one decision made by Lori in Vino Real, what would it be?
I don't think that she did something wrong, actually, but maybe she should come like a little bit earlier, to have more time to get to know family, and just to become their friend. Yeah, like the actual friend of the family. And maybe, considering that fact that the father of this family, he was sharing his story about his daughter and about his, past and everything. So he was opening a little bit more in the final scene. So that's why I'm thinking that if she comes a little bit earlier, so they get to know each other better, maybe the father of the family would have opened more, and it would give her more opportunities, back in that story, and also in the future for America and these gangs in New Jersey and all that stuff.
So I'm going to give you Henning's job, and Henning writes all of the films. But if you were tasked with writing the follow-up sequel to Vino Real, what would be the next adventure for Lori and Stetson?
I would say that I would make it more epic and bigger. So I would say that I would transfer it to other countries as well. Maybe to Latin America, maybe have some connections with other gangs. Yeah, maybe with some political situations involved.
Ooh.
Maybe I would say like this pandemic and this COVID situation was made by Italian gangs as well. So let us just throw back a little bit and see how she can save the world for not bringing another pandemic, to this planet. So yeah, something like that. Make it more epic, even more cross-cultural. I love the idea of this, bringing these nations together, like Italian and American, and see how they behave with each other, how they interact with each other, but bringing it even to more scale, involving like maybe Latin Americans and maybe French. And
what about Russia? Let's get Russia and the United States to get along.
Okay, so let's leave Russia alone. It's a big subject right now.
I want to see peace between Russia and the United States. I want to see them get along. It'll never happen, but I want to see it.
Yeah. I'm on the side as well. So yeah. That would be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, right. It would be like a Rocky remake, but with Dirt Merchants films. And yeah, anyway, if you could have one prop, like one prop from the set of Vino Royale, what would it be?
A house.
Fair enough.
they, they had a very, very beautiful house. I love the winery, and the scenery, the view from the house, and the this medieval century homes always, was a part of something that I was dreaming about.
I want to like break the third wall here and tell you, I'm really impressed with how well you remember the film. Some of the people that have been in the movie don't remember it as well as you do. So you're doing a fabulous job, having just watched this movie one time, and your takeaways are great. So I'm really, really loving your insight. But if you had to face the New Jersey mob like Lori, who would be your partner in crime and why?
I would say a president of the United States.
Really?
Yes, why not? Let's change the plot. It's this way. I love, I love scaling things. I love bringing things to, some kind of epic situation, epic finals, and why not? If I need to think, I need to think bigger, right? So
Yeah.
I was born in a small town in Russia. Now I'm here in Los Angeles. So if you ask me this question, who would be my partner in crime? The president, of course. With president, we can do big things.
You know what? That's actually a really, really good answer that I would not have thought of. I would have thought of some other mischievous mob boss, to counteract the other mob. I would not have thought president. So there you go. I love your answer. So how would you handle the twisted predicaments faced by the characters in Vino Royale?
Personally, I didn't see any twisted things there. So the music in this movie, it's actually another character, another main character, because it brings you to a certain state of mind. It drives the narrative of the whole movie. So that's why when you see that the music supports the whole plot of this movie.
Another good answer. I like that. So, okay. So you're like, and having watched this film, you've had some great takeaways from it. But what was there anything in the film that you could relate to your personal life and like your story up and coming to where you are now? Were you able to relate in any way?
Yes, for sure. I got this answer. So when Lori first came to the vineyard, everybody thinks that she's just a model, I got this in my life so many times because I'm a very serious girl doing many, great things with a great vision and mission. And, I'm approaching people, looking forward to, pitch my business ideas, talking about some business metrics, revenue channels, P&L, and all of these kind of, numbers and metrics. And people like, oh, you're so beautiful. You should go and model somewhere. I was like, look, I'm not about it. I'm here to talk about my business. So let's talk business here. Let's not talk about like that I'm a good model, or should I, go and be modeling. And this is also a part of my mission in my community as well, to help women become more marketable, credible, and visible.
I want to ask you something, and this is I'm completely off script now because you said something that reminds me of what it was like for me to watch my mother as a kid. My mom was Mrs. America. She was a model as well. And I watched a lot of people, including my own father, look at my mother as just a beautiful woman, but didn't take into consideration that she was actually brilliant, very smart, very shrewd, tough, honest businesswoman. But she didn't get credit for that because we're like, oh, she's just a dumb blonde. She's a pretty blonde. You're not blonde, but you are a model, and it's obvious that you're a model. So I want to ask you something from your perspective. what is it like to not be taken seriously because you're a beautiful woman and just like, let's forget the fact that you have a brain, okay, and that you're a brilliant businesswoman. What is it like to not be taken serious because you're so pretty?
This is another side of being beautiful, and that's why I'm telling other people when they say, oh, you got so many things in your life and you're so lucky just because of your appearance, just because you look like that. And I always reply that sometimes the having a look that I have, like naturally, this is thanks to my mom and dad, it's also a disadvantage for me on the business side, because like you said, sometimes people do not take me seriously talking about some like serious thing, about some grounded things, about business, about financials, about investments and all of that stuff. So this is all about being ready to validate your ideas, being ready to stand up for your ideas. And that's why it's very important to know how to use your voice, how to use your voice in this case to speak up for yourself. And this is also the subject that we are concentrating on in my community as well, because females, women, they all should have this voice. They need to know how to express themselves, how to express themselves correctly, to be more credible, to be more marketable, and to allow other people, just this approach to be more serious for them.
I love that. I would like, this is a two-part ending. I want you to speak to all the young women out there that are being taken for granted, that are not being taken serious. They're just being looked at as arm candy or whatever it may be. They're not being respected for who they really are. I would like for you to deliver a message to them. And also, I want you to end with plugging your event, your business, and anything else that you want. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So I would like to say that we are here in this world because we need to pursue our own mission and vision and express who we are. And don't afraid to be yourself. You are unique. And you just need to find your true voice identity that could be a bridge from your inner self and what people hear from you. And this is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about in our women community. I always help other people to express their true self and true identity through their voice. And at our preview event here in Los Angeles, we're gonna explore more opportunities, more avenues for women to shine, to bring this inner superstar to life. Even if you're a mom, even if you're a working mom, even if you're a real estate agent, I don't know, like a beauty salon owner, you are a superstar. You're here to shine. You're here to express yourself and motivate other people. Yes, so this is all about it. This is all about it being more visible, about knowing who you are, not being afraid to express who you are. This is the time right now because we are all superstars. We all have our cell phones, our social media, we all have our following, and this is the moment to express yourself and make this world a better place.
So good. All right, please plug where people can find you, your website, social media.
You can find me as Isha on Instagram, and I would love to share more details about the event once we have them. So I would love to see every woman and also every man who can advocate like you like you, Joshua. You're such an amazing advocate for women empowerment. So we would love to see everyone who is interested in this mission and this mission of self-expression, because this is what matters the most. This is what makes you happier each day, when you pursue your true mission, when you express your true identity to others and unleashing your inner superstar. That's it.
So good. You're such a blessing. I am so grateful for your time, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love talking to you. You're such a great host.
Thank you very much. That is Planet Zoom, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell a friend and go out and support Irina. Thank you. God bless you all, and see you soon.
Thank you.